The number 4 analytics metric focusing in on domain authority. These are some ideas to cover now for 2021 to be effective. This is my online toolbox providing you weekly quick tips and reminders focusing on marketing. By now, your marketing firm or website company should have already reached out to you. Remember, November and December is a terrible time to start, and we're approaching November real quick. Some form of metrics, even basic, should be used to see how you're doing, and don't rely just on Google Analytics. Yes, Google Analytics helps. We covered that just a few weeks ago. We suggest you take a step back if you're just tuning into us now. Remember, after you're done looking at analytics, to review your image on your website, look at new content as well as possibly reorganize old content since time has passed by and your current image may not reflect exactly who you are today. And we want to end with analytical reports helping you to review existing and new competition. We want to make you be aware of a simple metric called domain authority. In simplistic terms, the domain authority is a search engine ranking score developed by a company called Moz that predicts how likely a website is to rank on a search engine results page, sometimes called SERPs, the abbreviation. A domain authority score ranges from 1 to 100, with higher scores corresponding to a great ability, or a greater ability, should we say, to rank. And a good way to think of this also is a domain authority is not a metric used by Google in determining search rankings, and it has no specific effect on the SERPs. The most important thing to think about is that the score itself can be used when comparing, that's the key point, comparing websites or tracking a relative ranking strength of your website over a period of time. This domain authority, a lot of times people like to say, well, how can I influence my domain authority? And you can't. It's very difficult to influence it, at least directly. And it was done intentionally because this metric is meant to give you more an approximate competitive positioning in how Google search results may react. And since Google takes in a lot of factors into account, we need a metric that helps try to calculate it and incorporates all of those factors into consideration. And a great thing to do is look at your domain authority over an extended period of time as well as your competitors. Another analogy would be looking at your FICO score and looking at other people's FICO scores. Just because I have over 800 and possibly you have a 750 or below doesn't mean either of us could borrow more money than the other based on just that FICO score alone. But if somebody goes to say, how is your credit when you go to buy a car? The first thing they want to know is that FICO score number. And it's that starting point to begin to figure out the strength or weakness of your credit in the financial world. Think of the domain authority as a comparative analysis when starting to look at you and competitors over a period of time. Remember, again, it's over a period of time. And why is this important? My online toolbox likes to promote heavily not to look at your marketing as an expense, but rather as an investment. And that investment is a component of looking at you and your competitors over a period of time and adjusting with strengths and weaknesses over that period of time. My online toolbox likes to remind everybody to always focus in on growing your business with more quality leads, not just more leads, but more quality leads with a combination of education, strategy, and implementation. Understanding your domain authority compared to your top competitors is one of the starting components of a strategy in order to decide how complacent or how stronger you need to be in your marketing in order to fight for the appropriate search engine rankings that everybody wants to find on page 1, 2, 3, and 4 over a period of time. This is my online toolbox reminding you to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, and never forget to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week, and we'll see you next week.